Texans Cowboys, third preseason game. We're going to talk the good, the bad,
and the ugly.
Welcome back.
Let's go! Ah!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Ed and Eddie Silver and Blue, where we talk Cowboys all day, every day.
So, this was the third preseason game, and for all intents and purposes, the final one, because the next one is basically just going to be all third and fourth stringers.
And you know, hey, even if it was a loss, I actually thought there was a lot of good that came from this game. We got to see a lot of good young talent really show out, and I'm really happy about some of the results for these players.
Good, bad, and ugly. Start us off.
All right, when we're looking at the very first good, how do you not say Micah again? That guy is just a beast. He's flying everywhere around the field, always getting his nose involved in the play, and just, I have so many high, good expectations for him this year.
And him splitting that double team at the line, that's unreal. That's just crazy. To watch him in a full game for the full time on defense is going to be just a thrill. I can't wait.
And I would be shocked if throughout the season he gets anything less than like 40, 50 snaps a game. Like, he should be on the field almost every play.
If they want to win, he's going to be out there for sure. That's how we'll know if the Cowboys are serious about winning this year, because that guy's clearly a step above the other linebackers already.
So keep it going, Ed. Who else did you have on your good list?
I was thrilled to see Tyron Smith get some action out there. And Tyron's Tyron. I mean, he was out. He's just a stone wall, just holding that edge, and nobody could get around him. I thought he looked great, and good to see him healthy.
Oh, definitely. Can't wait to see that. Here's another one, and I know this is kind of bunching a few of them in there, but I loved a lot of our front seven for the defense.
Oh, yeah.
Like, some of the guys in particular that I thought was Bradley and I thought he looked really solid, too.
That's 2 weeks in a row now. He's been making an impact, and finally we're getting a little bit of depth on that defensive line that's looking pretty strong.
Yeah, you know, he may even blossom into a starter someday.
Yeah, well, he was playing in the first half early on, you know, so I think he was playing against some good competition.
Yeah.
And kind of showing out. He's looked good.
What about that defensive tackle?
Ooh, Osa. Man, that guy was making an impact just about every play.
No, and my favorite thing about that was he's that glue guy kind of defender we need. He's the guy that he only had, I think, one tackle on the game, but dude was involved in every run play. He was getting his nose in there. He was creating, clogging up the running lanes. He looked awesome. And last but not least on that front seven, dude, Jabril Cox.
Yeah, I think he cemented his spot on the roster for sure. They're gonna keep him around.
Oh yeah, and honestly, I always assumed that for what he was drafted for, special teams, maybe a little bit of cleanup duty, but dude, don't be surprised if next year some of our old guard and Jalen or Van Der Esch won't be here, and you'll see him as a full-time starter. Like, I think this kid can be special.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be extra insurance for when we eventually might let go of Van Der Esch or possibly even Jalen.
Or this year, when LVE gets hurt, he'll be ready.
Yeah. Two more that I thought was good, and I know it's a lot of good for this one, is Pollard. In the limited snaps that he had, that dude looked explosive.
Yep, I agree.
Kind of how we always felt with Felix Jones, is once he touches the ball, and you're just, what's he going to do? What's he going to do?
That's no different than last year. Pollard is a great backup. Knock on wood, should we lose Zeke for any amount of time, we'll be okay with Pollard short term for darn sure.
Absolutely. And hey, talk about our boy, the backup quarterback, potentially.
Cooper Rush for sure.
Yeah.
In all the games so far, it's been a little bit of Garrett Gilbert looking pretty good. We'll wait with the other guy. But Cooper Rush has been the most consistent, and he looked absolutely great in that first half.
And, here's the thing, too, especially when it's such a tight-knit race for the backup quarterback, good to see Cooper Rush, doing a much better job at moving up the depth chart here.
Agreed. That's the good.
Let's kind of go into the bad. Not quite the ugly, but the bad.
Garrett Gilbert did not look good.
Yeah.
We started off with him and just stumbled around and stumbled and bumbled. Didn't look good at all with him leading them. And
I know it's not always his fault, but that first one, the kind of fumbled snap and then tripping over his own feet and it just didn't look good. I mean, that's not to say he probably won't find a roster spot with us, but you would like to see him do better in a preseason game.
Absolutely. Anthony Brown, I'm putting him in the bad. Is it my imagination, or were they picking on him a little bit? They seemed to throw his way every time he was out there, and he didn't do a whole lot to stop him from doing that.
No, and yeah, he had a bit of a rough game. And the thing about Anthony Brown, too, is he's met so much of our expectations since drafting him. You know, he came in as a 6th-round pick, just a pure athletic 4.39 type corner. And he's really done a good job at developing into a decent NFL corner. But again, in a preseason, you don't like seeing a potential starter just get roasted like that. Because you're right, he got picked on quite a bit in that half.
Yeah. I didn't have a lot of bads, frankly. I thought it was a pretty good game for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And when I was watching it, it seemed pretty evident to me, had things ran their course with the first stringers, Dallas looked to be in a good position, especially, if they had Dak. But we can't ignore the ugly.
Oh, yeah. And for the ugly, we have one big steaming pile of DiNucci. That's rough.
Goodness. He literally has gotten worse every single game.
Yeah, especially watching Hard Knocks. You want to support the guy. You want to see him do well. The camaraderie he's building with the team. But 3 picks? Really? And it's,
Pick 6?
And it's just a choke artist move.
Yeah.
Like you were saying earlier, too, it looked like he's gotten worse throughout the preseason. I don't see any reason for it. What do you say?
If you look bad in the second half of the 3rd preseason game, you're done.
Can't really justify keeping DiNucci over Rush, and God forbid Gilbert.
No, he's done. It's over. I think we all know it. So we talked about the good, the bad, the ugly, and there's a great.
Yeah?
Yeah, no injuries. Randy Gregory got rolled up on. It was very minor, and he stayed in the game. But other than that, I don't recall anything happening, and I'm just thrilled about that.
Oh, yeah, and I'm hoping that good string of luck can continue on into the season.
Yeah, agreed. And I don't think we have to worry about that next week because, again, it's just the final preseason game. It's just going to be a bunch of guys out there. Then the season starts.
Oh, yeah, week 1, Tampa Bay. And everybody, hey, I wanted to say one more time, thank you all so much for subscribing. The fact that we hit 100 subscribers and we're still building, it's all because of you. So thank you guys so much, and we hope to bring much better content as the year goes on.
Appreciate it, guys. Listen, if you like what you see, hit that like button, because every time you do,
an Eagles fan cries.
Take it easy, folks.